What's up, gents?
Just trying to be a game show host.
Oh, I always thought that would be fun. Let me try. You can keep the $100,000 or you can go for more.
Sorry. Do you have a story for us today?
I sure do, and I'd love to have your help to tell it.
Absolutely.
Great, then let's get ready for another edition of Human Head Puppet Theater. Our story today is from a book in the Old Testament called 1 Samuel. One of the people in this story is the very first king of Israel, King Saul. And there's this other famous guy that you might have heard of in this story as well, David. Now, remember David? He was the shepherd boy who killed the giant Goliath. Well, after that, David grew very popular in Israel, more popular than King Saul even. And this made Saul really, really jealous. So jealous that he wanted to hurt David. And this is where the story picks up today.
What's that? Where's David? In the desert of En-Gedi. Let's find David!
Yeah!
And kill him! Go! I'm right behind you. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have had that second burrito. Ow, just a minute. I should really step into this cave to relieve myself.
Yep, even kings have to use the bathroom. Saul stopped in a cave to, well, do his business. But little did Saul know that David and his men were hiding in that very same cave.
Is that King Saul? Oh, yes, here we are.
Is he?
Shh.
David, the Lord has given Saul over to you. Now is your chance to deal with him as you want. And by deal with him as you want, I mean...
It was true. Saul had been chasing David, trying to kill him. Pretty serious stuff. And now David had Saul all alone. It seemed like he could have put an end to all of his problems, but let's see what David did.
What's that? Must be a bat.
Squeak, 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 squeak. Squeak, 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 squeak.
They should call you Hagar the Hilarious.
Yep, David didn't harm Saul. He had the opportunity, but he showed incredible self-control. David knew that harming Saul would have been wrong. And even though some of the men were encouraging him to kill Saul, he refused. Now, after telling his men that he should never lay a hand on the king, he found King Saul outside of the cave.
Ooh-wee. Boy, does that feel better. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Killing David!
King Saul! This day you have seen with your own eyes how the Lord handed you over to me in the cave. Some of my men begged me to kill you, but I didn't. Look at this piece of robe in my hand.
That looks familiar.
I cut off the corner of your robe, but I didn't kill you. I won't do anything to hurt you.
David! You've treated me well. Ah! And I've treated you badly. The Lord handed me over to you, and you didn't kill me. Usually, when someone finds their enemy, they don't let them get away without harming them, but not you, David. May the Lord reward you with many good things because of how you treated me today.
Saul was incredibly moved by how David spared his life. And Saul later then told David that he knew that David would eventually become king. The end.
David showed an incredible amount of self-control.
Absolutely. It was life or death for David. And his very own men wanted David to harm Saul. But David thought about it, and he made the wise choice. Saul was right. After Saul had died, David became king of Israel.
So everything worked out.
Yes. Although David wasn't perfect, in fact, there were times David didn't choose self-control, and that got him in a lot of trouble. But this time, David took the time to think before he acted, and it made all the difference.
That's awesome. Hey, thanks, Kellen. We'll see you next time.
Later.
You know, I'm often reminded that having self-control can be hard.
Me too.
Oh. Oh, what?
Thanks.
Reveal the question. When have you had self-control?
Yeah, have you stopped yourself from yelling at your little sister because she destroyed a drawing you were working on?
Or maybe you had self-control by waiting to play video games until after you finished your homework.
And there are so many times to think before we act and show self-control.
Absolutely.
I didn't think before I acted today and had no self-control with my button of power.
How many of those do you have?
I lied, it doesn't matter. I'd like to try again to have self-control, if I may.
Absolutely.
Sure. Let's wrap this up first.
Oh, sorry. That's all the time we have today, but don't worry, we'll see you next time on
The So-and-So Show! Okay,
Okay.
you do a game show,
Okay.
your host,
Okay.
and I will try
Okay.
not to press this button.
All right. Welcome to the brand new game show, Don't Press the Button. I'm Ted Feelbogger. Feelbogger?
Okay, go.
Hello everyone, I'm Fred Stinkle. Welcome to Don't Push That Red Button, the game where you cannot press that red button. Are you ready to show self-control, Brandon? You'll have 5 full seconds to not push that button. Are you ready? Can you do it? Here we go. Starting now. 5, 4, 3, 2, whoa! Failure! How? You know what? Even with all this extra apparatus, your self-control is non-existent. Can you have anything to say to your crowd? Okay! Well, that's all the time we have today. Thanks for watching. Don't press the red button. I'm Fred Stinkle. Look at me, Brandon! Look! Don't you dare.